Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody has had a fantastic week. This has been a range all week long, so if you were trading, I'm sure you have profited pretty easily, just buying low and selling at the top, and has been staying in that range. So basically, exactly what we talked about. I knew we were going to bottom where we did, which is exactly what we did. And before I go into that, I just want to remind everybody this is not financial advice. I'm never going to tell you when to buy, sell, short, long, invest, divest. This is purely my own opinion, and I do it for my enjoyment, and I hope that you get something out of it in the process. All right, with that being said, please always do your own research, and remember this is very risky and very volatile. Okay, jumping in. So, on the profile chart, last time we talked, we were in this area here, right about here. And I said that I expected us to bottom, which we have, and to start filling this area in. So one of two things can happen here at this point. We do have an area in this range right here where we could drop to, which at the bottom is about 41,250. And then we hit a little bit of resistance, not much, but a little bit. So we could come all the way down here and then fill back up. However, I really think we're forming a bottom here. You could make the argument that we are going to, stair step down, and that's a possibility too. We are filling the volume gaps, and you'll notice we still have one here, and I'll go to the 4 hour chart to kind of touch on that a little bit more. Otherwise, if we did bottom here, and this was our bottom, you notice we just hit down here again as well and created a double bottom on the 4 hour chart. So there is a good chance that we will bounce up now and hit those areas that we talked about. At least, 45.5 I'm looking at, 45,250, somewhere around there. Again, this is on the FTX chart, very similar to the Bybit chart. I'm using a derivatives chart. And if we get here, we could go up. I mean, we could scam up to 84, 88,400 area and then see where we're at from there. It's not as likely, but it's possible, right? So we have to keep it in mind and we can't rule it out. All right, let's head over to the 4 hour chart. Okay, 4 hour chart. So we came down, we were up here, we came down here, and now we're bouncing in this area. Just like I talked about in the last video, because not much has changed. We've got support here, support here, support here, support here, and support here. There is a chance, though, this could be a stair step down, a ladder down to hell in this area here at 40K. Very possible. Just remember, the market tends to like to correct up before it goes down, but we don't have a lot to correct in this area besides these volume deficiencies. So we've got to watch that and say, okay, if we get to this area here, where are we going? We still have some resistance. So we'd have to break this resistance now that we're under. And that's why we're kind of pinned in this area. So we've got support down here and we've got resistance right here. So we're pinned, we're trapped right in this area. And we're just kind of waiting to see which way the market, or I should say the market makers, push this to see where it goes. There's a good chance, since we've been hovering here for so much, coming down, tested, being rejected, and bouncing up, that we will continue to fill those areas that I talked about in the profile charts, which would be in this area here. Now look, here's a gap here. It goes to exactly 45.8. So we could come in this area and fill, or we could scam back up here and fill this area in. So that's what we're going to need to watch for. Everything right now still looks a little bit bearish, and that's usually when we are going to expect a move one way or the other to the upside. We did a lot of consolidation yesterday where we really just traded sideways, especially on the lower charts. Let's look at the lower time. All right, so 5 minute chart. Look at how this is traded sideways yesterday. So double top down, double bottom up, double top down, double bottom up. Then we broke that trend. We had a little bit of this deviation back down to the range low, which was 42,700, and then back up again. Now the question is, where do we go? Are we going to bounce back down here, and can we continue to descend down? It's possible. We're going to watch that. I haven't even paid much attention to the legacy markets today, but I think that they're up just a tiny bit, not even quite a full percent. So, that could drag us down until the close. Lots of selling on a Friday, which we kind of expect, and we'll see where the market weekend fund wants to send us once we get to the weekend. So in the short term, I'm still watching those areas that I was talking about. If we look at the 15-minute chart, you can see that right here we're about 42.7, and at the bottom of the Bollinger on the 15 is 42.1. 1 hour chart all the way down here at 42.1 and the Bollinger Band. And I mean, that's a pretty steep downtrend that we were on. However, this does look like a nice base right here, a nice bottom. We got the double bottom here. And on the 1 hour, I'll take it. Now the question is, will we break now to the up or to the downside? 4 hour. 4 hour, again, we got the double bottom. It hasn't quite registered yet. And the low in this area is 41.5. So right around that area that we talked about, and VWAP down here is all the way at 41. So very good chance we could come down here. We could step down. This move today and how we close today, I think, will be an indicator of which way we're headed for the weekend. Not always, but it could be. And right now, for the short term, I still think that we'll have a move up and then back before we head back down. So, line in the sand for me would be if we cross, let's call it, if we cross 42,000, I think. We'll call it 42.1. We cross 42.1, and I'm going to really start to think that we're going to head back down to the 41 region at least. And if we get up here above the point of control, let's say above 43.9 and hit that 44K area, then I think we're going to make the move to the upside. So those are the levels I'm watching. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I don't know if I'll make a video for this weekend or not. It really just depends on if anything changes, because right now we're just trading sideways and chopping around. So there's a good chance we might do that all over the weekend and have a surprise in there at some point, or just stay where we're at. Okay, everybody, take care. Please take a moment, like, subscribe, hit notifications, and if you could, post a comment. Have a wonderful day.